So it's Christmas Day 2019, about 5:30 in the morning, and I'm awake for some reason. I think I've been dreaming. But I'm now thinking about the issue of abortion and the quite simple fact that the abortion rules as they stand mean that in one room in hospital, um, the doctors could fight and save the life of, I think it's a 24-week-old fetus. And then in the other room, doctors are killing a 24-week-old fetus or nearly 24-week-old fetus. So there's a limit on how old the child is before you can get it, abort it. And medical science and technology has advanced so that pregnancies that were previously unviable are now viable. So MRAs are fighting to reduce the length of time that a pregnancy lasts before an abortion is carried out. Um, and the grounds for reducing it is to do with gender specific abortions, because when the fetus is not that old, the gender isn't known. But when it passes a certain number of weeks, I think it's 13 weeks, the gender is known. And it's a horrible situation where a woman might abort a child because the child is going to be born male. So the gender specific abortions. So I think it's a crazy situation that we're in when we're basically saying that it isn't a woman saying my body, my choice, that the child takes priority, and when the child has developed a certain amount, the right for the child to have life overrides a woman's choice. So I don't know how we deal with a situation where a woman has control of her body and rights to her body and should be allowed to kill the unborn child when she wants to because the child can't live without her. But if technology has advanced to allow um, the baby to live much earlier in development, then we should reduce the time where a woman is allowed to kill the unborn child. Um, there is an argument for saying abortion shouldn't be allowed at all because pregnancy can be prevented in numerous ways. There is an argument to say that. There's also the argument, of course, of a woman's right to her body. So nature has designed us this way, and we have to fit within it. Um, it's so difficult to assert that a woman cannot control her body in the way it is done now. But it's such a strong argument to say that a woman can prevent a pregnancy if she wants to. So if she decides to have a pregnancy, then she has to go through with it. Um, I can't believe the issue is so thorny, but I think the preponderance of evidence is that a child's right to life overrides a woman's right to her body. It's just the way nature has made us. And but morally, we have to think that if technology has advanced to allow the saving of a baby from much earlier in conception, then we have to go with that. We have to say that the child comes first. And it's not a question of women's rights, it's a question of child's rights. We shouldn't have a situation where in one room a child is being killed and in another room a child of the same age is being saved. So the argument has to be that the child comes first, despite the consequence for the woman. The woman does have rights to abort a child from earlier in conception. So it's not as if women are being prevented from having abortions. It's just the viability of the child that's the question. So I do think the child should come first, and the time passed to elect to have an abortion should be reduced. And there certainly shouldn't be gender specific abortions. Yeah, I think that's the case. That there should be a reduction in the time limit, and there's an argument for not allowing abortions at all, but that's a separate argument. Pregnancy should be prevented rather than aborted.